I only had one cookie because I was working late and really hungry. For that, my manager docked $100,000 from my commission. She jabbed a finger in my face, her own turning purple with rage. Don't get cocky just because you landed that big account, Leo. This is a place of business. If you want to eat, go home and do it, she shrieked. The company has a clear policy against snacking at your desk. You broke the rule, and you knew exactly what you were doing. That makes it worse. So that $100,000 commission from the pies contract, it's gone. I just looked at her and said flatly, fine. Then I leaned back in my chair and started doing absolutely nothing. That's when she really lost it. Miranda Thorne was livid at my nonchalant attitude. Leo, you will write a formal apology, and you will read it aloud at the all-hands meeting. I watched her face flush a dangerous shade of red, my own fists clenching under the desk. Then, just as calmly, I said, okay. My colleagues stared at me, their faces a mixture of shock and disbelief. Miranda spun on her heel and stomped off toward the executive offices on the 23rd floor. I stayed at my desk. A few minutes later, a notification popped up in the company-wide chat. To all staff, Leo Vance of the sales department has repeatedly violated company policy. Following a review, management has decided to revoke his commission for the current month, totaling $100,000. He will also issue a public apology at the 2 p.m. all-hands meeting today as a warning to others. My coworkers shot me looks of stunned pity. Alex from the desk across from me sent a private message. Dude, Miranda's just on a power trip. Don't fight her on this. Just play along. It's $100,000. I smiled to myself. Playing along wouldn't work. This wasn't about a cookie. She wanted me out. She'd been coveting my position for a long time. When the old chairman first recruited me, he'd made it clear. No clocking in or out. Complete freedom to come and go, eat and drink whatever I wanted. The only thing that mattered was my performance. And in the sales department, I was a one-man army, pulling in half the company's revenue. The latest deal, a renewal of our $10 billion contract with Peace Corp, took me only a week to lock down. Miranda probably thought my job was too easy. The jealousy was eating her alive. I replied to Alex, just wait. This afternoon isn't just about my public shaming. They're bringing in my replacement. Alex's icon showed a shocked emoji. I ignored it and calmly began organizing all my client files, printing out hard copies of everything. Then, I factory reset my company phone. Once that was done, I started writing my apology. Miranda came down once during that time, a smug, triumphant smirk on her face when she saw me typing away. At 2 o'clock, she personally escorted me to the 23rd floor conference room. Over 100 employees were seated, waiting. Miranda's voice boomed through the microphone. Let me reiterate, a company is a place of work, not your living room. We have repeatedly asked you to maintain a professional environment, but some people just don't listen. And don't think you're special just because the chairman himself hired you. Anyone can make a few phone calls, have a nice dinner, and sign a contract. Leo, get up here and deliver your apology. Let everyone see what happens when you disrespect the rules. I stood up and walked to the front, feeling the mix of pity and morbid curiosity from the crowd. Miss Thorne is right. I shouldn't have eaten a cookie at my desk. From this day forward, I will strictly adhere to all company policies and never cross the line again. Ms. Thorne, I'm not a man of many words. You told me not to eat, so I won't. My job as a salesperson isn't that important anyway. It's good that you finally understand. And given your repeated infractions, the executive team has decided to remove you from your position as sales director. You are now a junior sales associate. And this, she announced, gesturing to a greasy-looking man beside her, is your new director, Felix Thorne. Felix has an MBA from a top overseas university and will lead our team to new heights. A scattered, unenthusiastic applause trickled through the room. Miranda proudly presented Felix. I caught Alex's eye across the room. His face said it all. As a final blow, Miranda added, Leo, I want you to compile all of your client files and submit them for redistribution.